The crucial difference between change and transformation. I just had an epic day today, like one of my great days, because something transformed in my life. And it was around something that opened up an experience that some of you may have had, and that is with surfing. Like, this challenge, this sport has been so difficult for me. 15 years ago, I started. For about 12 years after beginning, my back knee went down, never mastered surfing. About 3 years ago, I started investing in private coaching, and it's made the difference. Today, for the first time, on a shortboard, 6'1", I think it is. It's a 37-litre board. Previously impossible for me to surf, but today caught 10 or 12 waves. Like, it just opened up and was an incredible experience. Now, this is a transformational experience that after today, I cannot go back to how I was. Something shifted in the way that I caught the waves. That previously I had maybe caught one per session. This one, there was 10 or 12. It was a magic day. Magic day. Like, the water was crystal clear, the waves 2 foot, the winds were light, not many people out, and today was the day. Up until this point, there had been changes in the way that I paddled, in the way that I popped up, in the way that I approached surfing, the way that I stretched beforehand. Sure, change, but the transformation of what happened today is undeniable. Literally, from now on, I will be a different surfer. And this is important for you as a doctor. It's important for me as a doctor. Not so much for us in our lives, although that is critical. You must know how to transform your life. But for our patients, for our work, no doubt you have had that patient coming in with the same complaint, the same problem over and over and over. And even if they implement some suggestions and they do some things, nothing really seems to change. And this is held up in the very common saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more things stay the same. If you recognize this as a problem, if you're like, you know what, I've done change, I've changed things, and yet nothing has truly changed. What I want you to do is head over to Facebook, look up Graduate Medicine. On the top of the page, you'll say message, and I want you to send me the word transform. Transform. And we'll talk about how we can get some transformation into your world. Now, why would you want that? Well, I want to give you an analogy. If you took a triangle and you turned it, let's say 60 degrees, you would still have a triangle. It would be in a different orientation, no doubt about that. And you're like, look, this has changed. But the triangle is still a triangle. And you're like, okay, great, let's change it again. You move it 90 degrees. Around it goes 90 degrees. It's changed again, but it is still a triangle. And you move it 60 degrees. And again, it changed orientations, but it's still a triangle. And then you changed it again, turned it again. And it ended up back in the same place. Change, only to end up in the same place. This is brutal. This is frustrating. This is like going around and around and never getting anywhere. You're putting in effort, but just driving around in a circle. And suddenly you're back where you started. But this is not what you want. Why? Well, because life becomes very stale in this place. What was once new, when you have made a transformation, is new. And then it becomes normal, and then it becomes numb. You may have experienced this with a new car. When you first get the new car, it's like, oh my goodness, this is epic. This is so good. I love it. I love it. Within 3 months, it's just become normal. It's just your car. And then no matter how fancy or how amazing or whatever it is, given enough time, you become numb to it. Because it's no longer new. It's no longer even normal. It just is. And the call for your life is to transform it, to become more, to have more, to be more. Not so much have more, but to be more. We live in a world of great abundance, and yet sometimes there's a simplicity that's missing, and perhaps that's what you need more of, more simplicity, a simplification, less. But even in the journey to less, it still requires transformation. And our patients must know how to do this, and they need a guide. And that guide is you. You are the doctor. They're coming to you looking for transformation. They may not call it transformation. They may call it, I just need it to change. But really what they are looking for is transformation. And that triangle is fundamentally changed into a square or a pentagon or a hexagon or a circle. It is no longer a triangle. There has been a fundamental transformation, just like today. 10 or 12 waves caught. Given a similar situation, I will no longer be catching one wave. I will be up on 10, 12, 15, 20 waves in the session. My son was with me, he caught 30 waves. He's had the advantage of being able to go more and just cram in more experiences. More time in the water, quicker. But I gave him the heads up. I'm like, mate, make sure your back knee does not go down. And number 2, surfing has a line. Below that line, it is a brutal and cruel experience. Above that line, it is moments with God. It is amazing. But not everyone can do it. And that's why there's a certain chutzpah, certain spark when surfing opens up. It was the most amazing day. Most amazing day. I'm just like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I am transformed. Now, is it my total game? No. No, this is just a stepping stone to the final transformation, which is being able to surf 4-foot waves at Broken Head. Now, Broken Head, for those of you who don't know, it's just below Byron, and the waves there can be very heavy. Even a 4-foot wave there can be like a freight train. And I want to be competent and confident and skilled. And from who I was in October when I set that target, sorry, that is not correct, December when I set that target, to where I will be in December, transformation. Not the same surfer, not the same Tom. And you might now ask, well, what is the difference? Why do sometimes I get change and sometimes I get transformation? And what has become apparent to me is that it all depends on where you set the actions from. If you set the actions for yourself from the same problem that you already face, even if you take those actions, it will only lead to change. And yes, it will have the appearance that things have shifted, that you're dealing with a new reality, only to find yourself back where you were. It didn't make a difference. Many people go to seminars, go to events, get coaching, go to the doctor, and they make temporary changes, and then it falls back to where it was. But all of those are coming, those actions and those decisions are coming from the frame of the same problem. So what does it take to get transformation? What does it take to get transformation? Well, what I want you to consider the possibility that where you are right now must open up to a bigger future. There must be a vision of where you are going, just like me, not being able to surf 4-foot broken head to being able to surf 4-foot broken head. And if I set the actions and take the actions from the vision, the new vision of myself, this is the key to transformation. And now there's something calling me forward, that the actions that are taken are actually growing me, expanding me, transforming me. I am no longer the same doctor that I was. And if you want to play this comprehensively, which I suggest that you would, then you're going to do it across 4 categories of life. Number 1, your body. Surfing fits under body. Number 2, being. Your spirituality, your relationship with life itself, with universe, with the higher soul, with your soul, with God. 3rd, balance. Your wife, your husband, your kids, your parents, your siblings, your family. I can measure you, darling. Give me a second, I'll finish up here. It's my daughter, Pips. She's awesome. Super cool. And then finally, our 4th category, business, which is your practice as a medical practitioner, but also your money games. How do you manage your money? Some of you are earning huge amounts of money and just still not having anything left. Yes, you are living well. Yes, you are living well, but some of you are, even with very, very high incomes, blowing it all. And there's $100,000 in credit card debt. And guess who's so happy to have you as a customer? Yeah, the banks, for sure. Why? Because you're paying interest despite having all of that cash come in. It's not being managed, not being looked after. So if you want to know how to do this, if you want to have coaching and work out, hang on, there is something here. I keep getting change and change and change, and you're tired of change leading to the same damn place over and over and over, and you are instead committed to transformation. Then what I want you to do, head over to Facebook, look up Graduate Medicine, hit the message button, and send me the word transform. And we'll look at what can be done to bring transformation to you, to your family, and to your patients. And start to begin to see what's possible. An expanded reality of growth that opens up to a much bigger world. A better body, better relationship with God, better family relations, better medicine, better money. All of these things require you to know what to do with transformation. All right, send me the word transform. Head over to Facebook, click on Graduate Medicine, click the message button, send me the code word transform, and be in touch to let you know the next steps. I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to go hang out and measure my daughter, see how much she has grown. I look forward to seeing another episode very soon.